Wow. Could it be that Trump is going to create one of the most formidable alliances possible? Well, Steve Schmidt, if it's up to Steve Schmidt, conservative Steve Schmidt, who says he wants to maintain American democracy, just maybe. Let's see. Check this out.
Look, ideologically, she's as far as you can get from us within the Biden coalition. You know, the Lincoln Project has 600,000 donors. We have millions of followers. When you look at the actual vote shares and how the Biden coalition came together and how it won, it's essential that we keep it intact. I'm a single issue voter now, and I work for a single issue organization. We care about American democracy, full stop, end period. The debate between progressives and conservatives ends if we have an autocratic leader, and we have an autocratic movement in the United States flourishing. And I think it's naive not to call it what it is. When we saw the type of violence playing out in Washington, D.C. this weekend, this isn't violence that comes from a rage of having nothing and burning down a city. The type of rage that Martin Luther King diagnosed while at the same time condemning in the 1960s. This was fascistic violence. This was right-wing political violence in the streets of the nation's capital, incited by the President of the United States at the same time when every one of these members of Congress, except for, I suppose, a handful of the truly craziest ones, knows that Joe Biden won the election. So what I believe to the core of my being is that the coalition that elected Joe Biden has to hang together, because the pro-democracy side of a great debate in American politics cannot lose an election, not ever again. Because if we lose an election, they may not give up power next time, and have no doubt about it. What you saw play out over November and December, though it played out as a farce, was in fact the first coup attempt in American history. And that poisoning of American democracy, where you see 77% of Republicans, the system requires one side being willing to lose and to come back and try and win the next time. That is at the center of democracy, and it's in trouble in this country because of Trump and the extreme radical Republicans.
Well, I don't think AOC has responded yet. I would love to see what that would look like, some sort of coalition, sort of coalition of respect. I don't know how they square that together. Can progressives with the policies known that most people want progressive policies really need to have some sort of a unity? I don't know, but it's an interesting concept, and it is something I would love to see how our progressive brothers and sisters respond, those specifically in leadership positions. It's a thought. And you know why it's a thought? Because specifically some of those responsible for those who have taken it to the next step, to the next level, where it's turned into fascism, they have seen the light now, and it's like, what have we created? Let's just go ahead and ask others to join us in solving that problem that we created. So, I mean, if AOC and any of the progressives were to take up Brother Schmidt on any type of an alliance, it better be one that is really written out with a progressive bias. And why is that? Because we know that is where most Americans are. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.